JoJo has fun.
So yeah, I'm good. I got one.
All right. Hey everybody, welcome back to JoJo Has Fun, a comedy let's play with your best buds. I'm JoJo.
I'm the Doomslayer, Jeff.
Yes, Doomslayer Jeff.
Who is too queasy to watch the actual Doomslayer work.
So weird.
This game is working on such a level that I, a mere amateur at being a gaming god, cannot even watch it be played by my friend.
Yeah, I mean, gamer god Jeff here can't handle. You know what? I'm willing to bet the reason why. The Denuvo Anti-Cheat.
Oh, when they said
it's
that it was
making you sick.
They said it was performance issues. They didn't think it was. They thought it was just the game, but really, it's me.
It's the you.
Oh God, it's the me. I'm gonna sue them. I'm gonna sue. Have you ever like? Ooh, that looks like it hurt.
I have.
Ooh, you really got to take this guy out.
He's bad.
He's the Denuvo Anti-Cheat of this arena right now that
really
you're in.
Is. Oh.
Have you ever had the opportunity, or at least thought you had the opportunity to actually sue somebody?
No.
Have you ever been in a situation where you ate such a bad dessert at a restaurant that you were like, I bet I could sue them for this?
I've never had a dessert so bad that I felt it was a legal matter. No.
Well, then you haven't lived, my friend.
Oh, shit. Yeah, you're right. I'm not really very much for getting a dessert at a hometown buffet.
Yeah, well,
yeah, but for some reason, you're just like, we're not done until I've had my apple pie.
I need that watery ice cream, please. You know the one that I like.
I need that watery ice cream that they give out at office Christmas parties. Yeah. The Bayview, the one that they brought at the CVS.
Oh, God.
I need CVS ice cream.
CVS ice cream's not bad. No, the Rite Aid ice cream's not bad. That's the good ice cream.
That's thrifty ice cream.
Thrifty
That's
ice
different.
cream.
They also rent cars there. Anyway, we're playing with Doom Eternal with the Denuvo Anti-Cheat on.
It's a cool new feature, apparently.
That's going away because it was not a cool new feature. It was reviled by the entire group of people who were playing Doom.
Why didn't they just put a poll out first instead of just rolling it into the game?
Because they thought it was cool. I mean, that's the thing, right? They thought no one would notice or complain that they installed this, and they were very, very wrong. That's why they're going back on it.
It's also the thing go ahead.
Doom has been fucking up in ways that have nothing to do with the game.
Well, it's because Bethesda's not been making great decisions for the past few years.
Yeah, have you heard about the controversy with the soundtrack?
Yes, I didn't read too much into it, but I know there is a controversy around the soundtrack.
So the controversy with the soundtrack, and I might get some parts of this wrong, so forgive me.
Yeah.
But the controversy
with the
soundtrack is, you know what? I think there's a thing over there. I'm gonna go to that first. The sound they brought back the same composer, and I want to say his name is Mick something.
It's something. Ooh, there you go. Yeah, you get it.
Oh, dang
I can barely watch this.
I ruined my jumpy jump.
It's like Mike or Mick or something like that. Nope.
Whoopsie doodles.
It's the Denuvo. It's doing it.
Yeah. But they brought him back to do. He was the one who did the Doom 2016 soundtrack, which everyone is like, this is the best soundtrack for a game. I cannot fucking do this jump. I'm gonna try one more time and then I'm out of here.
I don't think you're gonna get it this time. You didn't get high enough. You gotta hit the peak of the jump.
I'm missing something, and it's fine. I died.
It's fine. You don't need to be here.
That's it. But yeah, they brought him back to do the soundtrack for this game, and all the music in the game is fine. But they wanted to release the soundtrack on vinyl for people who, got the special edition,
right.
Or just to get the soundtrack, right?
Which is such an interesting perk to give special editions is something on vinyl. Most people have something to play vinyl.
Well, I'm sure that they were also going to put it on iTunes and stuff. But anyway, the guy, the composer, he was going to master all the tracks, right?
Yep.
Because he mastered the Doom 2016 soundtrack and it was really good. And so he was going to basically do a repeat performance. He needed more time to master them correctly. And I mean, you can make the argument of, well, they needed to get this out to the people who paid for it when they did it. Otherwise, there would be a scandal for them not getting it on time. Which is something that I think is worth noting because Bethesda has historically been fuck all when it comes to releases for the game.
Like they have the really crappy like tote bag for
the
like
vinyl
Fallout
bag.
76.
Yeah, so I'm sure that was on their mind.
It was like a
we don't
plastic
wanna,
bag from grocery store.
Yeah, they're like, we don't want to have. Oh, I died. We don't want to have another vinyl bag. Snafu. So they thought. Oh, and I'm willing to bet that's why this happened. Because I'm sure he was like, listen, I need more time to master this album if it's going to sound good.
Yeah. Unless you want garbage.
Unless you want garbage. And I think that like in a pre-tote bag world, they'd have just been like, yeah, okay, that's fine. But because we're in a post-tote bag world, I'm really playing like shit right now. I'm super sorry, everybody. Because we're in a post-tote bag world, they were like, we can't not have this when the game releases. So they got it, they mastered it using like their in-house sound person, which is not an unheard of industry practice.
Right.
It's just he doesn't know. Like he doesn't know what he's doing.
Right. No, I mean he's gonna Google it.
Yeah, he's gonna like no. Like he's not like an idiot.
He's not brand new, but I mean,
he's not able.
He doesn't have the nuance.
He wasn't gonna do what the fans wanted because he doesn't know how. So like, oh dang it, I'm out of lives. So this became pretty harrowing.
Yeah.
So he mastered that album. Like some of the tracks were done, but the rest weren't, and the ones that he mastered sounded like fucking shit. And everyone noticed. No one was like, this was a mistake. Everyone knew. And the composer was like, I can't believe you've done this.
I can't believe you've done this.
And he's like, fuck Doom. I'm not doing this anymore, and I'm not. I actually don't think he's fixing it either. I think that this album is just going to be like some of it's good and some of it sounds really bad.
Yeah, it's going to be very uneven.
Yep, and it's and Bethesda I don't think made any like attempt to apologize or like.
They didn't think they did anything necessarily wrong.
Yeah, they just sort of doubled down on like the whole we had a deal kind of a like seriously, like they're like he was supposed to get it to us at this time, he didn't, we had to release it, and it's like, yeah, but no.
I mean, I feel like Bethesda's kind of become I don't know, like they're not EA, but they're going towards that direction.
Yeah, well, okay, the difference between EA and like Bethesda is like they're having that thing where it's like we can't really point to a big because the problem with EA is like the little studios that are in EA are fine. It's just like if EA is involved, there's a sense of like, oh, this has to be bad because it's EA.
Well, and they're also a company that when they set a release date, they're probably not going to go back on the release date.
Which is a bullshit. Which is why so many of their games suck.
Yeah, it's because they every developer should have the most fluid of release dates, no matter who they are or how big they are.
Actually, you know what? I can't say that because I mean, like, I think of like The Last of Us 2 had a really pushed back release date, and I'm against that game in general.
Right.
For that reason.
We know.
Yeah, so like Anthem.
Yeah.
Historic, like that's an appalling.
It's still not done, and it's been out for like 2 years.
That is BioWare's Final Fantasy 14. Like, yeah. They have to just redo this.
They got to scrap it. They got to write some lore about why it was scrapped so it exists in the new game.
So they have to redo the whole game so it can be decent.
Yeah. And it could be decent.
Yeah, it could be.
It's an okay concept, but also I think people are kind of done with the whole Destiny 2 concept of game. Like it's another version of Destiny 2.
But it sucks.
But it sucks. And Destiny 2 is good, but even then people are like starting to kind of get tired of Destiny 2. Like it's the massively multiplayer online shooter as an MMO is good for like short bursts, but also like I don't know, I like Destiny 1. I tried liking Destiny 2, but there's just something about that type of game where it doesn't have the longevity as like a Final Fantasy or a World of Warcraft or other types
Yeah, I agree with you, except where you said longevity.
Yeah.
It's longevity.
No, it's longevity. You want to do porcupine? Porcupine?
Oh, fuck. Are we really going to have this now? My blind spot.
Yeah.
No, but yeah. But that like BioWare is basically like it is EA, but people like think of it as its own studio. When Bethesda fucks up, even if it's one of their smaller studios, it's a Bethesda. Like Bethesda did it.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
If that new mobile game they release goes bad, it's Bethesda.
There's no like, oh, of course this is bad. It was touched by Bethesda. It's like, I can't believe Bethesda dropped the ball again. It's like, of course they dropped the ball. I don't know if that makes sense.
No, well, I think also like they've got so many fingers in so many pots right now.
You know what? I'll put this another way. Bethesda is at the point that like EA used to be at, where their fuck ups are still surprising. That's.
I miss those days of EA.
Yeah.
I miss being surprised by EA and its fuck ups.
Yeah. Now it's like, oh.
It's Tuesday. EA fucked up.
EA fucked up. Must be Tuesday.
Must be Tuesday. Alas, I hope they right their ship. It'd be nice if they righted their ship.
Yeah.
I mean, I know that BioWare is supposed to be releasing apparently a Mass Effect HD remaster, which I'm pretty sure Mass Effect was already in HD because it was on like. Stop doing HD remasters of things. It was probably
it worked good for The Last of Us.
It's already in HD, you fools. They can make the textures better and shit, but it was already like a high def game.
Yeah, what are they gonna do that people with free time on Steam haven't already done?
Oh yeah, no. I mean, they just want to have people live the Mass Effect. But I replayed it not too long ago. It's not hard to do because it's there still.
Yeah.
You're not going to change it in a way that's going to be like new experience. You're not going to Final Fantasy VII remake Mass Effect.
Yeah, and you know what's funny is I was thinking about this. You know, there was this this really like weeby anime action RPG.
Trials of Mana?
No. What much worse?
Oh.
It was Dot Hack.
Oh, I know Doc Hat. There's quite a few of those games.
Yeah, they released one for the PS2. It was like one of the last big releases for the big release. It's one of the last releases for the PS2, and it is the most like over the top weeb anime shit featuring Yuri Lowenthal, who, let's be real, is the ultimate angsty teen voice.
Yeah,
it's like butter. Like Bamco did a re-release of that game called Dot Hack Recode, and it's like, why the fuck would you do this? And then I realized, oh, they added a new chapter. Like, they made a whole other game on top of it.
Yeah.
That was a good reason to re-release it.
Yeah.
They're not going to do that with Mass Effect.
No, they're not going to rework, because if they tried to rework stuff in Mass Effect, the fans would be upset.
Yeah.
Especially like dialogue and like
relationship
relationship
that's not true.
stuff.
Like, Mass Effect had a shit ending.
Well, no, Mass Effect 3 had a shit ending.
Sorry, I treat all of Mass Effect as one
as
game.
One single Mass Effect?
The way I'm supposed to.
So you're looking
Mass
at...
Effect 1 is the first...
Oh, you're dead again.
Damn it, I died again.
That guy was not a hard boss.
Can I just say, like, this game is tuned really well, except when you don't have extra lives. Then it's really touch and go.
I loved me some Mass Effect. I made so many friends in it with all the aliens. I made some love. I
kissed Garrus.
And
I liked it.
I kissed Garrus.
I
liked
liked the taste of his cherry chapstick.
I also kissed Jack.
Yeah.
I kissed Liara.
I did too.
I kissed everybody.
I think Liara was the first kiss.
Yeah, Liara was the first one that I fell in love with.
And I feel bad saying this, but Cade Alenko. I don't think anyone should ever pick him.
No.
I think he doesn't deserve love.
Why play a game like this if you're just going to kiss a human?
It's like, hey, I want to make out with a loaf of Wonder Bread.
Yeah.
So I'm going to kiss Caden. I don't think so. I'm kissing Ashley.
I'd rather make the kissing with an actual loaf of bread from the Loaf of Bread planet that you get to in the Mass Effect remix coming out this fall. New DLC Loaf of Bread planet.
Yeah,
you can
Mass Effect
kiss
remix now with berry flavors. Like a Sprite remix. You like how I said the joke and then explained it?
Yeah, I like that.
That's fucking good
You did it fast enough so that I didn't have to tell you that I didn't know what you were talking about. I was like, oh, that's it. He said the thing. I get it now.
That's the juice.
I mean, there's nothing that they could add to a Mass Effect to make me want to play it again because
How about a better ending for Mass Effect 3?
I feel like they just have to own that. I feel like you don't get to remake your game and fix the problems of your shitty. It wasn't even their like the limitation to like the resources to make the game at the time.
No, I will tell you the problem with Mass Effect's ending. There was no boss fight.
In number 3?
Yep, there was no final boss fight.
The boss fight was you. It was your decision to either let humanity die.
That's bullshit. That is bullshit.
Well, it's great because
that's a shitty excuse.
There was literally a gigantic boss fight in number 2, so
yeah, that's the point,
that you split up at.
And then there was the big boss fight. Was like, it's like games are like an illusion. Like there really is. Yeah, you're right. Like the decision of what you pick, that's the big choice, right? But
well, I think
that doesn't feel very good.
The issue with Mass Effect 3,
oh god,
is that it's still they didn't make the first 2 games work well on their own. Like you don't have to play number 1 to really enjoy number 2. Number 2 is the best of the 3.
Sure.
Number 3 doesn't work as a solo game at all.
Why do you say that?
Because all number 3 tries to be, which you hope for it to be as somebody who plays the first 2, is you want it to be like a culmination from all your decisions. And it does that. It brings back a bunch of characters and a bunch of like long-term decisions that you made for number 1 and number 2. But that's all it is. It doesn't do a lot to actually like create a new experience. It's just retreading on everything, which for somebody who like maybe didn't play 1 or 2, that's gotta suck.
Yeah, I guess so.
And also because then that's the ending of it. The ending of it is literally.
In terms of like gameplay, they made it like the most accessible one to play. I mean, they like with the Frostbite engine. Like,
we both know that I don't play games for gameplay. I play them for story and character.
What I'm saying is like if you're to your point though, like if you really cared about the story, then that's a complete non-issue problem. Like you would have played the first 2 if you cared about the story. But like
my mom wouldn't let me.
But the other thing was, God, fucking.
Well, it's
damn
good you died because
the thing though was that it doesn't work as a complete game because it has no climax.
Yeah.
Because you don't fight a boss at the end.
No boss.
It's
no
really
climax.
like you can make the argument that like Mario doesn't really lend itself to having like boss battles, but there is one, which is how you know you're done.
Yeah.
Speaking of which, this is how I know I'm done because I can't.
You can't beat this very simple area that you probably beat before a number of times.
Controller sucks. I'm sorry. It's trash.
Oh.
Yeah. Hey, if you play Doom with a controller, at me. Explain yourself. I really want to know what makes you think this is okay.
Oh, you're not going to be able to because you're using a controller. You need a keyboard.
Oh, yeah, that's right. No keyboard on that bad boy. What you going to do now? You're going to move the cursor to every individual letter to tell me to go fuck myself? I'd love to see that.
You're going to use the shoulder buttons to swap between different menus? Nice try.
Anyway, thank you for joining us on JoJo Has Fun playing Doom Eternal with Denuvo Anti-Cheat. I really don't notice a performance loss. So I'm guessing that it just sucks that Denuvo Anti-Cheat exists. That I agree with. Anyway, bye, everybody.
Bye.